Well, hello friends, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Renee, and it's been a while. I am so sorry. We were busy. We were busy last week, but everybody is over COVID, and the kids didn't get it. My daughter didn't get it, so we all managed to escape it, but those in the family that did get it, they're over it, and they're okay. So the kids went back to their moms, although they're not back in school yet because Bear Lake has had such a low attendance that they went to remote learning until after Thanksgiving. So the kids, they're not here though. I had them today though. I got to spend today with them, and I will have them tomorrow too. And they're so fun. They're getting so big. Little Gus is walking everywhere. Today I was in my pantry and he just strolled in here and like, what you doing, Grandma? It was so cute. But last week, we were busy last week. My husband is still home. His truck is not done yet. You know, I told you he hit a deer and he had to have the grill and the bumper replaced on it. It's supposed to be real simple. However, they discovered that what I call his DEF, I think it's an additive that, maybe it's not an additive, DEF. It has something to do with the clean air output in the truck. That's all I know. I don't know much about it. It was fairly new when I started driving, so I never was familiar with it. Anyway, your DEF has a heater in it. To keep it, it has to be at 90 degrees. For some reason, his is only heating up to 78 degrees, and they can't let the truck go until it is at 90. So they can't figure out exactly what's wrong with it. It's under warranty. So that's a good thing. But it doesn't do anything from being out of work. And his payments still rack up. You know, that's $800 a week. It's not cheap driving a truck. Anyway, and he's just so mad. He's so beside himself. He is so mad and frustrated. He's just ready to tell him, you know what, when it's done, you can have it back. I'm all done with it. But I don't know. He's such a good man. I told him, if you want to get a job here local, get a job local. Yeah, I mean, he's in a walk-away lease. He's not obligated for the duration of the lease. You can walk out of it anytime you want, so, which is nice. But, I hope everybody's got their coffee. Or tea, or whatever it is you may be drinking. I'm drinking coffee today. Oh, and it tastes so good. I got just a little shot of hazelnut creamer in it, and it's delicious. I love that Arabic coffee. And I can only find it at Meyer. What is it? It's not Tim Horton, although I think Tim Hortons is Arabic coffee too. I'm not sure. There's a few different kinds I get, but I love the stuff. Anyway, while my husband was home, bless his heart, he did all kinds of things on a honey-do list. He fixed a drawer. He helped me button up stuff, and he's just done all kinds of stuff for me. Plus last week, the reason why you didn't see me last week at all was because we were remodeling our bathroom completely. With the exception, we didn't buy a tub and a toilet because I don't want to buy a brand new tub. I have the old cast iron tub, and I love that thing. And our toilet is only a couple years old anyway. So everything else was redone. We even built a new vanity for our bathroom. That was fantastic. We got our wood from the Amish to build it, from my Amish friend. And it was like $33 for the wood that it took to build it. It was just, I couldn't believe it. And then we priced it down at the local hardware, and oh my goodness, it was like 5 times the amount of what we paid through the Amish. But it's raw wood. That's all right. It was, I think it was dried, but I mean, it's not treated or nothing like that. So I just put polyurethane on it when it's done. And I still got a few more coats to put on it. And I just do that in the evening because it's just him and I here. So in the evening, before we go to bed, I'll whip a coat of polyurethane on there. I think I need about 6 or 7 coats of it. But I'll show you that at the end of the video. I'll show you a picture of our bathroom. It took us all week. It was, oh my gosh, it was a nightmare. There's nothing, and I mean nothing, in this house that's straight. This house that we live in, that we own, was built back in the late 1800s. It was one of the first homes here in Kaleva. And I always tell people I think they used a glass of water for a level because there's nothing level in this house. And it was a nightmare when we tore into the bathroom walls. It was like, oh my goodness, how can this be, you know? And the floor was like, along the wall it would bow down. I mean, to the extent of a whole inch different. So we would cut the board and it would be fine fitting on one side and it was 2 inches off or 1.5 inches off the other side. And it's like, my God, what are we going to do? We got to do this. And he said, well, you know, we can get it as close as we can and trim will hide that sin. So that's what we did. And it does look nice, you know, considering it's not straight. And the floor, oh my goodness. I told the guy at the hardware, I said, you know, either we're going to be raging alcoholics or we're going to be divorced before this project is done because we're going to kill each other over it. But we got it, and it's beautiful. And we paid a gentleman to lay our floor, a friend of the family. And so he come down, and I don't even think it took him an hour, hour and a half to put that bathroom floor down. Fantastic. And so that didn't cost us a whole lot, you know, but in the entire cost of that bathroom, I bet we got about $800 in it. So it's all right. It'll last for a while, and it needed it badly. I'll show you a picture of my bathroom before. Not that y'all want to see my bathroom, but, you know, I'll show you a picture before and after because it really took on a transformation. And it's nice, and I'm so happy with it. Oh, especially the floor. We had to fix the floor because the floor would bow in the middle. And it's like, what do we got, a broken rafter under there? But you walk down in my basement, and you'll see, as soon as you walk down to the basement, there's a pole. Because for some reason, I have no idea who did it, how long ago it was done, but somebody cut a rafter downstairs. Now, in my kitchen, right above where that rafter is cut, from the basement, above, there's a hole in my floor. There's three holes in my floor. So we've never done anything with that because the wood floor in our kitchen is the original flooring that was when this house was built. So, and it's hardwood floor. So we never did anything with that. Besides that, my one cabinet, my big butcher block sits and covers up the one side. But I think years ago, that was where they had the kitchen. Because I do believe that this house was the kitchen and the dining room and the living room because the sun porch is even added on to it. The bathroom is added on. This room that we're in is added on. And where my kitchen sink now sits, that whole section, which is about a 3-foot section, is all added on. So over the years, before we got to this house, it's just been pieced together. And nothing, I'm telling you, nothing is straight in it. It's all right. It's got a lot of character. And I didn't want to get rid of that. Throughout my entire house is the hardwood, the original hardwood floor. And, you know, with the exception of the hole in the kitchen where I think it was from plumbing, you know, it's the only thing I can think of. But there's no other damage to the floor anywhere. And I know when we moved in, we peeled up, oh, and you can just imagine, layers and layers upon layers of tile and linoleum and, you know, carpeting and, oh. And then we sanded it all down, but underneath it we found the beautiful flooring. And I thought, you know what? It's all through the house. We're keeping it. I'm not going to cover it up with anything. It's beautiful. Yes, it's got a lot of character, but that's all right because I'm the only one that lives here. Me and my husband, and we're fine with it. So I remember the house that we own in Coatmish, my mom and I, years ago, we were going to redo the laundry room, which is right in the entryway. And I thought, oh boy, even back then I thought, oh, we're going to rip up all this flooring and how many layers are we going to get into, and then what are we going to have underneath it? Well, I bet you we pulled up six layers of linoleum and tile and, you know, all that. It was just a nightmare. And then we got to the very bottom. The very bottom layer was tar paper. And I thought, I bet you they glued it to the floor, you know, and that's going to be a nightmare. We're going to have to sand the devil out of it. Well, we pulled up that tar paper, friends. And underneath that tar paper was the most beautiful chestnut wood that you could imagine. I couldn't imagine somebody covering that up with 6 layers of stuff. But here's this gorgeous chestnut wood. And right at the door was the only place that was bad. And it was a little hole in front of the door where it had rotted at some point in time. But we sanded it down and we filled that in with resin. And we didn't stain it because it was raw. I don't want to say raw wood. It was dry, but there was no stain or nothing on it. It looked just like it did when they put it down on the floor. You know, it was just gorgeous. Chestnut wood. Try and find chestnut wood. It's almost obsolete. So she's still got that chestnut wood flooring in her entryway. And all we did was put some like polyurethane over the top of it, some kind of protection over it. But we didn't alter it other than that at all. Beautiful. But anyway, back to the bathroom. It's done. It's gorgeous. This week is Thanksgiving, but we're not. I'm so glad we got it done too. We're not going to celebrate our Thanksgiving until Saturday at my daughter's house. We used to have it every year at my mother's. Every year we'd have Thanksgiving there, but our family has outgrown that house. There's no way. We don't have enough room in there. And my daughter in her new house, she's got this huge family room in her basement. So we're going to set up for our Thanksgiving dinner there, and we're going to have a ball. And my mom is, she's a little upset, but she knows. She's the first one that spoke up and said, you know what, we can't do that here. We don't have enough room here. I don't have enough room anymore. And my nephew lives up in the hacienda, so that would be big enough to accommodate our entire family and some, but we don't want to invade him. So we're going to do it at my daughter's house. And then we also thought about the Lions Club. Down here, our Lions Club will let you use their building for, you know, a donation. And we did that with the girls' birthday party. We had it down at the Lions Club. So we thought that'd be a good idea. But ultimately, we decided to do it at Susie's house. So, oh, my coffee tastes good. I hope you all liked that video of the Amish farm. Isn't all them animals there? And that little farm they got set up, it's just adorable. I love it. I love a farm. I'm always out there checking out their animals. They had a pig with piglets, but I couldn't get near her because she was out in a wooded area. So they had moved her, so I couldn't get to her. But I wanted to show you the pig and the little piglets. But anyway, that's where I got the Pomeranian from, was my Amish friends. And I thought, you know, I'm going to be a terrible dog owner because I don't have, I'm not good at housebreaking an animal. You know, cat takes care of themselves. I'm a perfect cat owner. But when it comes to a dog, I thought, oh, am I going to be able to do this? You know, but I'm here alone so much of the time. I thought, you know what? And I'm home all the time. I thought, I'll give it a try. Well, I'm doing pretty good, friends. She's doing so good. I've got her, she sleeps in her little cage at night, and she doesn't cry all night. I think she was kennel broke before I got her, though, because she does so well in her little cage. And she knows when I just leave the door open and she goes in there now. But she goes outside. She's had a few accidents, but we deal with it. And but she's just so fun. And she loves the grandkids. That little Pomeranian, I couldn't have chose a better dog. And I've been reading up on them and doing my homework on them. And I guess they're very loyal and wonderful family dogs, and they love children. So, and that's obvious because she just loves the kids. And she's, what, maybe 3 months old now, I think? 3 months old now? She's doing good. She's doing so good. I let her outside, and she runs around the house barking the whole way. Running around the house, bark, 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 bark. It's hilarious. But she doesn't bark inside. It's like, I've been working with her because I think they tend to be a little yappy. You know, the Chihuahuas and the little dogs. And I don't want a yappy dog. Oh, I couldn't handle it. If somebody walks in and they just don't shut up. I've had friends that have had, you know, 2, 3, and 4 little yappy dogs, and it's like, oh yeah, you just want to walk back out and run. But I've got her to where she doesn't do that. She's doing real good. She'll bark maybe once or twice, and that's all right, you know. But she's not yappity all the time. But boy, get her outside, and she doesn't shut up. I love it. And I walk her around the house, and now she's to the point now where I let her out. And it's like, I have walked her around this house so much, you know, training her, trying to housebreak her, that now when I let her outside, she automatically goes all around the house. And then she comes back in. And she does all her business all the way around the house, and then she comes back in. So she's very smart. And I'll show you to her. I don't know, my husband's got her right now. But one of these videos, I'll show you to her. She's cute as a button. She's all black, and she's got a little white patch on her chest. And my husband named her River. So, a pretty big name for a little girl, but it's a pretty name. It fits her. She's a sweetheart. She's a new addition, and we like her. So, she's a keeper. Charlie gets along with her, too. I was worried about that at first. I thought, oh, she's going to go up to Charlie, and Charlie's going to tear into her, you know. But no, Charlie didn't. Charlie, they touched noses, and then they both went the opposite way. And I thought, well, okay, that's it then. We're good. So Charlie doesn't even bother with her. It doesn't bother Charlie in the least. But she does try to eat Charlie's food. A little stinker. And I've heard, now I don't know because I didn't do my homework on it, but I've heard that cat food is not good for little dogs. So I try to keep her out of that. I put it up when Charlie's done eating. So, but anyway, probably after Thanksgiving, this is going to be a busy week for me too. After Thanksgiving, we'll be back. I'll be back, you know, to the YouTube and my videos. Now, I don't know if I'll be doing videos every single day, but I'll get videos up, you know, quite frequently. And I've been, not dehydrating, I've been using my freeze dryer. I love my freeze dryer, friends. I love that thing. I have been freeze drying all kinds of stuff. Now my grandkids have discovered, because the neighbor told them that you can freeze dry ice cream. So now I have to get those little ice cream bars, and I want to get the ones that are individually wrapped so I can freeze dry them for the little kids. And I'll do a video on it. There's a few videos that I want to, I hope I can get them. Well, I guess if they're not for Thanksgiving, you can do the same thing for Christmas. I want to do some quick breads. Some pumpkin bread and some applesauce bread and some cranberry nut bread. I'd like to do some quick breads for our Thanksgiving. So hopefully I can do a video on that. And I also want to do, somebody had asked me about the pineapple upside down cake that I did, the one video that I did for our family dinner. I did mine. I doubled my pineapple upside down cake. But I'm going to do a video on it and show you how I did it. But I'm only going to do a single one because I'm not feeding all the people right now. I've gotten some gifts in the mail too, friends. I have no idea where they come from, and I no name, absolutely no name on them. But I got aprons, and I didn't even open them yet because I wanted to open them for the video. I wanted to show you what they are. If I can get it open here. And I thought, oh, I love aprons. Aprons are my favoriteest thing. One of my favorite things. And somebody sent me beautiful aprons. I don't even know the name to thank them. But you know who you are if you're watching. Thank you so much. What a lovely, lovely gift. Look at that. Is that gorgeous? I love aprons. I love that. And I'll be wearing that. I go through them like crazy because I wear them all the time. And I blow through aprons. This one. Then I got this one. These are gorgeous. I love these. Look at this Christmas one. How sweet is that? Can you see that? Let me get it down here. There you go. Look at the little owls and the snowman. Isn't that just adorable? I love it. I'll be wearing those definitely. So whoever sent me those, absolutely, thank you so much. That just was wonderful. Absolutely. You couldn't have chose a better gift because I love aprons. And I know the other gift I got, I had to think about it for a minute, friends, because I wasn't sure if it was a sincere gift or if somebody was just slapping me, because I got a great big bulk thing of tissues. And I know I don't always cry in my videos. The crying I did was my mom. When I told you all about my mom, I am so sorry too if I offended anybody. But it's so hard to talk about it. I'd have to be without any emotion to be able to talk about what my mother's going through and not cry. But I tried. And but I cried. And so I don't know if this person felt sorry because I was crying and gave me a big box of tissue because they know I'm going to cry my heart out, from here on out, or if somebody was being mean. I don't know. There was no name with that one either. But I'm going to tell you something. Whether it was a nice gift with good intentions behind it, or even if somebody was insulting me, I don't care. Those boxes of Kleenexes, I'm grateful because, yes, friends, I cry my heart out quite often. I have a very hard time with my mom, and I gotta stop because I'll start crying again. I have a very hard time talking about it because I'm not ready for it. And that's all I gotta say. Otherwise, I'll start crying, and I don't want to do that. So I got 4 boxes of Kleenex. So when I shut it off, I can cry. So I don't know. But whoever sent me the Kleenex, thank you so very much. Whether you was being sincere, and I don't know how to say it any other way. Whether you were being sincere with it or if you were, more or less telling me to suck it up. Here's a box of tissue. Get over it. I don't know, but thank you anyway. Thank you. That's all I can say. Thank you. And thank you for the aprons. What a lovely present. What a lovely, lovely present. I'll use them. I also ordered some extra stuff from my freeze dryer. I got the liners for the trays. When I did get my freeze dryer, when I first ordered it, I ordered 4 extra trays. But I also got liners for it. And I got, now I love Harvest Right, don't get me wrong. And I know I got them listed on in my description box too. If anybody has any interest in checking into them or whatever, it's in there's a link in my description box. But you know me, I buy where I get the biggest bang for my buck. Okay, I bought the liners, and I bought some more oxygen absorbers, and I bought some more bags from Harvest Right. But I also thought, you know what? Excuse me, I got something in my eye. I'm going to check out food bag bags, because you all know I love food bag bags. And lo and behold, they had the gallon size. They have Mylar bags there. They sell the Mylar bags there. And I got the gallon size, and they were a lot cheaper than Harvest Right. Don't beat me, Harvest Right. I'm sorry. But you know what? We have to get things where we can afford them. And these bags are just, you know, I have no reason to not to believe those bags are going to be very good and very good quality, because everything else that food bag sells is good quality. And I brag about them all the time because they're very inexpensive and they're very good quality. So I did a lot of cleaning today. I had when we remodeled the bathroom, everything in my bathroom was in here in my pantry. You couldn't even get in here. It was just like a nightmare in here. So today I went through, now that the bathroom's all done, and I got all that put back together. Yesterday we finished it, in fact. So today I come through and I give the pantry a good scrubbing, and I had to rearrange my spices, and so it'd be easy to find because I had it all jacked up on the shelves and everything put where it doesn't belong. And my husband come in here one day to get something. I don't know what he was cooking, but he couldn't find anything, so he wound up going to the store to buy it. And I thought, oh my, you don't need to do that. And I thought, okay, I need to rearrange the spices and make it easy to navigate through. So I did that today. Now I got to come through probably after Thanksgiving and wipe down all my jars and check all my jars again, because I haven't done that now. It's been about 6 weeks, and I usually do that once a month. I have got this pantry stocked. It's literally like bulging at the seams. And you know what? I'll go ahead and after Thanksgiving, I'll do a pantry tour and show you everything that I got in here. It's just bulging. I finally, what was it? I did my last shopping haul was Sam's Club. I think it was Sam's Club that I did, the last shopping haul. So it was enormous. And I also, a couple of my friends, I also take up when they get, let's see, when we get Feeding America comes to town. They come to Manistee, they come, all around here. Well, when they came to Kaleva just a few days ago, my friend asked me if I'd take her up there. So, she had a way to get her Feeding America. And I thought, yeah, absolutely. So when I went up there was hardly anybody there. And I seen, when I was sitting at my table, I saw a 53-foot trailer come through, and I thought, oh my goodness, that place is going to be, we're going to have cars all over town lined up for that. There wasn't hardly anybody there. And when we went up there, the gentleman was, we picked up for several families, her and her other friend picked up for several families. And they were giving away turkeys, and what did they give away? Turkeys and juice and, oh gosh, grapes, fresh fruits, and cottage cheese, things like that. But they gave away the big old turkeys, and these were like 20-pound turkeys they were giving away. And I thought, oh my goodness, that's the greatest thing ever for people. You can't afford that right now. I know that in Meyer, I don't think, was it Meyer? They were like $1.58 a pound for turkeys, and they're usually you can get them for 30, 40, 50, 60 cents. And then even after Thanksgiving, you can get them cheaper. Well, I thought that was the most wonderful thing that they gave turkeys away. And the gentleman said to me, he said, would you like a turkey? Do you need a turkey? My camera shut off. Anyway, the gentleman asked me, he says, do you need a turkey? And I said, no, I said, we can get our own turkey. You know, I said, we can afford a turkey. I said, oh, but thank you so much anyway. What a lovely thing, you know. And he said, really, ma'am, do you want a turkey? He said, because, you know, he said, we got a lot of turkeys and there's not very many people here. He said, and you know what? You can have a turkey because you got a kind heart and you brought all these people up, or you brought these people up here to pick up food for all these other people. You take a turkey. So I got a turkey. I got a free turkey. How nice is that? What do I always say? Free is always in the budget. So I got a free turkey, and I told my daughter, I said, don't buy a turkey. They gave me one for free. So, and it's like 21 pounder. It's huge. And then my other friend, she comes over and she's got a turkey. And she says, here. She says, take this turkey because somebody, I know you know somebody who could use it. And I'm like, actually, no, I don't. I said, but I'll take it because, you know, if somebody calls me, because I do get phone calls, hey, do you got this or do you got that? Or, you know, where I can, you know, do you got any extra whatever? You know how it goes. And I thought if they asked me for a turkey, I'll give it to them. If after Thanksgiving, nobody asked me, I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to roast that turkey and I'm going to can it. And then I'm going to make some beautiful turkey broth out of it. And I'll do a video. It'll be fun. So I am going to participate in Canuary this year. I think there's 2 days that I'm scheduled to do 2 videos for Canuary. Sutton's Days, she puts that on. And Lisa is just absolutely a wonderful person. And I know that there's been a couple of collaborations that I have said, sure, I'll join. But, you know, with what went on with my mother and the trouble that I was having, it absolutely slipped my mind. Oh, I feel so bad. But, you know, and then I thought, oh, I better not do any more. And then Lisa had asked me clear back in, I think, July, if we were going to participate in Canuary. And I told her yes. And of course I will, because there are things that I want to do for that. One, you guys are going to love this. One of my videos for Canuary is going to be sweet and sour sauce for chicken or pork or whatever. You know, I'm going to do sweet and sour sauce. And I'm not sure of the other one yet. I might do some pickled vegetables. Sounds good. I made the ones, oh gosh, when was it? Early in the season? Was it? Yeah, it was early in the season. I got 1 jar left. My kids devoured them. And all I did, it wasn't nothing out of my garden. I just, when I went to Meijer, they always have stuff on sale. Well, I grabbed, you know, all the sale stuff, plus I grabbed some cauliflower that was never on sale, and a few other things. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to give this a whirl. I'm going to pickle this and see what it's all about. It sounds pretty good. So I did, and my family devoured it. So I have to make more. And I don't believe I did a video on that, so I am going to do a video on pickled vegetables. I believe so. I got to look back through. I don't think I did a video on that when I did it. And if I did, you know what? I might just do it again. So those are my 2 videos that I'm gonna throw at you for Canuary. I love sweet and sour chicken. That's why I want to do the sweet and sour sauce. And you know, I love canning. And I know people say, oh, there was a big old to-do on it on YouTube about canning and how it doesn't really save you money. And we all had put our 2 cents in. But the biggest reason why I can is because for me it does save me money, because I do grow a lot of my own food. But I know what's in that. When I can something, I know what's in it. And there's not a thing in there, in any of my jars, that you can't pronounce. And that is worth its weight in gold right there. So that's the reason, part of the reason why I can. But I've canned for years. I've canned for, oh my gosh, maybe 35 years or so. I've been canning since I was 20, 18. No, I think I started when I was 18. I started canning. And the first thing I ever canned in my entire life was with my grandmother. We canned tomatoes. And that was, my grandmother never water bathed anything. Never water bathed anything. Well, tomatoes. Anything tomato. She would not water bath. Tomato juice, even her stewed tomatoes, she wouldn't water bath. She would just take her tomatoes and she would chop them up and she would make them real hot with jars real hot, and she'd put her lid on them and her ring on them. Oh, of course, wipe them down like everybody does. But she'd put her lid and ring and she'd wrap them in towels and she'd leave them like that. I would eat the heck out of them, right? Now, I would have hollered at my grandma. No, 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 no. You don't do that. But I'd never eat them now. But boy, when I first started out canning, of course it was fresh. I didn't know nothing about it. But after 34 years, I wouldn't eat tomatoes that weren't water bathed. Nope. Absolutely not. Definitely not stewed tomatoes. So, you know, that's just me. Some people might do that. I've never had any trouble with it. That's okay too. That's your choice. But not me. So, I think I've talked your ear off enough. I'm just going to do some quick breads, and probably tomorrow, I'll do that pineapple upside down cake video, because my husband loves it and he'll eat it. Otherwise, I'd give it away because I don't eat that. So anyway, I will show you my pantry. I'm looking at everything. After Thanksgiving, we'll do a video. We'll do a pantry tour. And we'll do some more. We got a lot of videos to do. I got a lot of videos to do. I just got to help my daughter out this week because her babysitter just decided she didn't want to babysit no more. She wanted to go and get a hourly job because she needed to save her money. So, what do? She just kind of give it to her spur of the moment. It's like, oh boy, here we go. We got to find daycare. So anyway, I told her, I says, I got them, you know, but she's already found a gal. She's got to go meet her tomorrow, have her interview with her, and you know how all that stuff goes. And so in the meantime, probably till after Thanksgiving, I have my grandbabies. So it'll be noisy, but that's all right. I love it. I love it. I love all the kids. So anyway, friends, I'm gonna go and have another cup of coffee. I'm gonna edit this video and I'm gonna get it to you so you can see it in the morning. And I will talk to you later. But before I go, I'm gonna show you our bathroom. Okay, friends, there it is. There's the wallboard that we got. And y'all looking at the outlet up there? Don't look at that outlet up there. I'll tell you the story about that. That's hilarious. Nice bathroom. We did the shelf the same way that we did the vanity. Now, we built this vanity, my husband and I absolutely love it. It's really thick wood. Right down here, you can see how thick that wood is. The entire vanity is that thick. And I did some painting. I just got to paint the outside of the trim on the window because there was holes in there, so we filled them in. We put a wood shelf down on here. We put wood on that shelf to match the vanity. And also, in case you're wondering, we put wood on here instead of now we got a strip over there of the gray, but we did the wood the rest of the way around because we wanted it to tie in with the vanity. So that's it, friends. That's our bathroom. And we got new flooring. It's gorgeous. Absolutely, I love it. So, I'll show you a before picture. I'll put a before picture in there with it. All right. So there you have it, friends. You guys have a wonderful night, and I'll see you tomorrow.